사랑하는 아버님, 오늘 이 자리에 모인 선남 선녀로서 아버지께서 세우서 싸우니 영원하신 부부의 인을 맺기 위한 거룩한 식전 후에 당신의 무한한 사랑과 축복이 같이 하시옵소서. 영계와 육계가 주시하는 가운데 저희들은 역사적인 새로운 가정의 전통을 세우기 위하여 순환의 길을 거쳐오면서 이 길을 개척해 나왔습니다. 이는 당신의 창조 이상 가운데 본연에 타락하지 아니했던 선남 선녀를 중심 삼고 선한 자리에서 아담 해와가 하나님을 중심 삼고 하나님의 사랑에 의하여 참다운 축복의 한 날이 있었던 널 하나님을 중심 삼은 선의 부모여.
Hey, Will and David, what are you guys doing? Oh. Uh-huh. Watch for Harry. Watch for Harry.
What is your name?
Kazu Watanabe, or Kazuaki Francisco Watanabe.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
What kind of blue?
All kinds of blue.
Have you read Bluettes by Maggie Nelson?
No.
I recommend that book. It's about falling in love with the color blue.
Okay.
Have you seen Blue by Derek Jarman?
Yes. Any more blue questions? The thing about the church is that it defines everything about you, or it can, and it did to me, so that I had no practical understanding of the world. So my life purpose has always been defined by the church, which is basically absolute filial piety and duty to the Messiah and to my parents. I had no practical sense of what I was supposed to do. And I didn't care. I was part of a holy mission, so to speak. They were outsiders. They were busy doing all these things that they thought that had value, which meant nothing ultimately.
No. Say I'm
Butterfly! The butterfly kiss. The butterfly. The butterfly kiss. The butterfly kiss.
This is Yokaichi, and Omata is playing with his new sword that Hiroko-san gave him. He's so proud of it.
Sure. I mean, just like silly, like I think there was a time when I was much younger when I sort of got a thrill out of like stealing things at convenience stores, like lipstick or stuff like that. My name is Abigail, or Abby Sayre. I guess it's hard to say. It was like a long process of leaving, but by the time I was probably 24, I was like out and not looking back. Even though I wasn't completely out yet, my world had I had been so expanded to the point where like the church became less and less necessary, and I could look at it more and more critically. So even in 2008, I was looking at it pretty critically. But I remember still going to church, like definitely still going to these big ceremonies at the Manhattan Center, you know, and right across the street from Madison Square Garden. So, you know, my family was definitely still in, you know, and so they're still in to a certain degree. So I still, you know, I still have to sort of manage those worlds too.
We're good.
So many things bother me, but then the more I think about them, the less petty they seem. My name is Mitchell Ildo Henkin. I honestly don't know when I left because it was such a slow process. I assume I left when I left New York, but I think bits and pieces of it are still stuck to the bottom of my shoes. It was faded by then. But it didn't make the feeling any less strong because it was faded. I was at the crossroads of, you know, what do I believe? What do I believe? And I discovered that I found more comfort in nothing, in just the chaos and darkness of just the absence or the abyss of like, oh, there's nothing there. I found more comfort and solace, and I felt more important and personally fulfilled of like, oh, it's not all because of something, but it's because of me. It's because I matter as opposed to being assigned worth.
Reverend Moon started his church in the 1950s in Korea, and then the doctrine of the church as I was taught is that my parents were fallen people. They were not of a pure lineage, and that they had to, you know, sort of atone for that by getting an arranged marriage and going through certain rites and rituals to cleanse themselves and start this new family, and that my sister and I were born because of all that sacrifice and because of the spiritual conditions they made and the things they chose to do by following Reverend Moon. My sister and I would be born different. We would be born special and sinless. And it's this very, like, that's the magical thinking of it. Like, I don't remember ever getting a better explanation than that. Like, that somehow magically my body can, like, I am different. I'm spiritually different than other people. That I certainly believed.
It's the one when you know, you know.
Oh.